Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I hope that you have some beer and some snacks ready. This is going to be a rather long gameplay video, and I want to talk you through bit by bit. I was on Reddit yesterday for the first time in years, and I read through a lot of the comments that were made on videos where I was mentioned. So I Reddited myself, so to speak. And there was some very interesting comments to be made, usually the kind of comments that is not there to be found in my comment section on YouTube. And somebody explains in his honest opinion to someone else what they think about me or how I stand up in comparison to some other YouTubers, etc. And there are some fine nuances that I can read into and where I then take a little bit of an idea from. And one of the comments was that my videos might be helpful, but they are a bit dry. Yes, I'm not the meme master #1. Yes, I could edit more, but I think that it is for a player very helpful to understand how one situation develops into another and how you suffer then from your decision or you profit from your decision making. And this is today's topic in this tank because I think the battle is perfectly suited for doing so. So my plan is to go into B, and I am observing here the ridgeline. There is the first customer of the day. I was better at detecting a camper than the camper was detecting his prey. He was looking my direction, and so we got the nice easy kill on the Raketenjagdpanzer 2. But I have to think about more campers on this ridgeline and more people observing this than I can detect earlier. This first kill was really nice, but I cannot rely on me detecting the enemy first. So I use here the ability of the Sho't kal Dalet. It has many smoke launchers. I use them right now, and that covers my entry into the capture zone. Once I am entering the capture zone, the enemy knows what's going on. And so they are looking for me, but there is the smoke in their way. And we can see there are the machine gun rounds coming in. Now, the angle from the traces are coming from, the enemy must be on the ridgeline. So while I'm capping, I also try to look here through the windows of the destroyed church to figure out where it is, and indeed, there he is. Is there somebody else? Doesn't look like it, so I risk it. And I catch a Leopard A1 in the open, and in good high tier fashion I catch his gun breech and his gun barrel. So he's out of the fight. His only way of retreating is downhill. I anticipated this. He was a bit too slow, so I only track him, but I know where he's now sliding with one track destroyed, and so third shot's the charm. But immediately I get smacked in return. My gun breech is now taken out, and I'm down to 2 crew members, but I must not panic. So first of all, I marked his position on the map. I reverse, I pop the smoke, and I stay behind this building, and I hope that I get away with the repair. And if you are in the capture zone, you repair twice as fast or significantly faster. I also get a crew member back, so then I have 3 crew members left, which allow me to have a significantly higher rate of fire than with only 2 crew members, and I have the downtime of the repair time anyways. I also get back the ammunition and the smoke. So 3 seconds to go, and then we're looking for the enemy, because I don't really know where he is. I know only the direction where I was shot from, and so I'm carefully listening for the engine noises. So again, this Reddit post was about this video being probably the video in generals that I make might be helpful and informative, but they are a bit dry. And again, I think that is so important to know, to see how scenes develop and how you execute your plan. And this we will have to do multiple times today in this video. Now I have to bring the fight to the enemy. Maybe he doesn't really expect me to put the pressure on him, and I try to move forwards and backwards to figure out where it is. There I see movement, there he is, I catch him off guard, his gun barrel is pointing another way, and I get actually the loader and the third rotation ring. And so I had the thought that he would shoot at me, so I dunked the shell into the wall because I reversed just a split second too early, but it doesn't really matter. Thanks to us having now 3 crew members, we have a quick reload compared to only 2 crew members, and we secure the kill on another Leopard A1. So the immediate threat is dealt with. Third kill. Not the greatest action so far, but it will come. Now I have to think again about the ridgeline. Are there any sort of campers there still left? And because there is none of my teammates, and some campers are more persistent than others. A Gepard just killed one of my team members and I heard the shot, so it sounded a bit close. But I'm pretty confident that I can deal with a Gepard. And I still have to watch the perimeter of the capture zone, because there are so many pathways an enemy can come into the vicinity undetected. And so I hide behind the two buildings, and also aircraft are coming in, and the texture of my tank, you know, the machine guns, etc., is not as obvious between the buildings, the bushes, the fences, as it is in the open inside a cap, where everybody is focusing on, especially if you're in an aircraft. Capture zone is usually the first one where you can expect that an enemy tank to be in, and it would help to just simply bomb it. Take your time. Think what you're doing. Nothing's there. Everything is calm. For a change, we even heard the wind. So now I try to go to the other flank and I'm observing nothing, so I observe then the far ridgeline and there is another candidate. I horribly misaim here this shot, and a missile is coming my way. I put a building between me and the pathway of the missile, and so we reverse again, and so we have the next shot, and that one is aimed much better, and we get here the big light panzer actually. And well, he can't escape, he can't reload the missile in time, so he actually bails out, giving me my 4th kill. So now I am a bit... I want to go towards C, but this is now where the plan kicks in. I need to defend B. B is one of 2 capture zones my team has to have in order to win the game. The rest of my team only has one job: to get C or A. I need to defend B at any cost, and I'm the only tank around B. Well, one other tank from my team is coming, but he takes his sweet time. And so I try to prepare a firing range for me, and this is why I love those long range maps, because the thinking game is there. There is a lot of tactics involved, and well, there's an aircraft coming in. Shit. So he drops a bomb, I try to escape it, and thanks to the delay I got out of the immediate death blast, and only double tracking fire and engine are damaged. And that's a 28-second. While I observe the plane, the kill feed is very interesting to read. So a big portion of our team goes down at this stage of the game, as well as then an enemy Arado bombing and team killing one of his own tanks. I quickly saw there the top of another tank of the enemy team, and he didn't see me. 3 seconds on the repair left right now, and well, my idea is to use this little house here to cover my presence, and even the machine guns, the top of the tank as well. I'm more or less in the open, but it also gives me a good visual range. I am in an unexpected position again. It's not that far away from the capture zone, but still it allows me to cover multiple pathways and to actually catch then the enemy off guard. Another plane is coming in, but I thought to myself, he doesn't really go for me. My machine guns would give my position away, but yeah, there the bomb flew through the screen, and I was lucky that it was a rather small bomb, otherwise the match would have ended right here. So I remember the tank that I spotted, and I wanna get close to him, and then I get caught by a Kugelblitz, but gladly he didn't damage any of my modules, the turret ring, gun breech, gun barrel, or the tracks, which always could happen. And again I move forwards, I wanna bring the fight to him. And there he is, come on. get the gun depression, and we take him out in one shot, again without receiving damage. But what is that? That's another SBA, and we can shoot through the snow and get the kill on the Gepard. Nice double strike, and we secured once more B. Good stuff right there. So always push a bit further to bring the fight to the enemy, to interrupt their plan of flanking your location. If you're stationary, if you never move, you're an easy target. And so because I moved, also the BF-09 missed me with a rather small bomb. So I'm pretty okay with all the dodging that I did successfully, and avoiding all the planes and the SPAs and the enemy tanks and rocket tanks, missile tanks, whatever. Again, a quick peek here on observing the ridgeline. Nothing's there. And now I decide, okay, that's far enough. I need to return back to B. Don't go away too far, because you always need to be in range of doing something about it. And there is always the possibility that some tank would have sneaked by. Now, I could support the fight at sea, I could support my tanks, and I could also go into a good firing position around the lake, covering both capture zones, but there is nobody to defend B or to recap it, and this tank is not the fastest. Talking about B, now it gets decapped by the enemy, and I got a second message that the enemy team has stopped capturing, but the decapping process is automatically going on. So the tank, the enemy tank, has made a very fancy maneuver. He just decapped and got out of, just to await the reaction of my team. But there is nobody around. There is nobody around, and that is very interesting. That is very interesting. And so he's tunnel visioning to the direction of our spawn. But I'm coming the other way. So my plan is to stop next to the cap and just listen, because it doesn't get capped at the moment. And we are listening and we're looking with the binoculars, where is the enemy tank? And finally I spot him. There it is, and that's pretty difficult to spot. I correct my aim, and we get ourselves a nice OF-40 MTCA. That's the other Italian premium main battle tank. The funny thing is, due to my actions, I allowed now the enemy to decap, and I cap it again. That's a second cap in a premium tank with a premium account, and I also have a 10% booster. That's nothing huge, but still. And again, I popped the smoke just to cover here the entry into the cap. The way that this guy behaved looks to me as there is also no other tank of the enemy team around, which is just an assumption, but you never know all the facts. So this is the knowledge or the assumption that I go by. We get another beautiful cap. I again observe here the far range, and I quickly observe the ridgeline. Nothing's there. Our team is about to get the second capture zone, which is nice, and the enemy doesn't have any. And my auto squad mate is right next to C, but now he isn't anymore. At this moment he got killed, and there is a high chance that C gets captured in just a moment. There is not that much left of the enemy team, so my team has worked hard. But you see, it's so tempting to go to C, but there is one problem. You have to stand your ground. You have to hold this position, because this is one of two capture zones that your team needs to win. If the enemy for the rest of the match has C, so be it. We are still bleeding their tickets, and that's so important. I do not have the speed to influence the fight at C in a reasonable amount of time. Also, then B would be unprotected. There is none of my team members nearby. Some reinforcement is coming from our spawn, but he's taking his sweet time. It's a long distance, and I don't know in which tank he is. So I have to stick around B. It is so tempting. It's so tempting to go to C, get another capture zone, kill some more enemies. But a quick tank from the enemy team just then can get into the capture zone, capture it, and then we lose for certain, because then this long travel time is a lot of downtime as well, and nobody nobody can guarantee me that I don't die then there in the open by a camper or something like this. Or I get shot in from behind by the tank that is capturing then B, so I stick to B. This might be a rather lame gameplay, but we'll see with the results how this pays off. So this is now the moment in the gameplay where nothing happens and I'm just there. And this looks lame, this looks boring, but then I saw a hit on the minimap and I'm about to investigate it. And that's exactly that tank that gets caught in the open, this Leopard, and our first shot is bad. He just turned a split second before I took the shot, but the second shot, well, it gets his gun breech, his turret ring and the loader, so he smokes up. I tried to shoot there again, but a split second later I see the gun barrel. I should have held my shot, but it was a good guessed shell, shall we say. So the problem is this. I smoke up and I want to change the angle of attack. He knows that I am between those buildings, and I had the suspicious feeling, or shall I say my spider senses were tingling, that another tank is in the area. Another tank is around. So I wanted to finish off that guy and then again secure B. So that Leopard got shot again. Another one got killed near C, and I get the kill assist. So my team is working as well. Now we can enjoy the fantastic driving models of Gaijin tanks. That's just... I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much, this driving model. Nevertheless, let's have a quick look at the minimap and the situation at hand. So the enemy is decapping A, they have C, and my team is nowhere near those capture zones. So I, again, need to go into B and to secure it at all costs. And at the same time, a few tanks, 3 or 4, are going towards C. So that's my best hope now, and the enemy was not immediately capturing A, but now they are. So we have still a ticket advantage, but the tickets are not bleeding, but they will the second the enemy has captured A. Again, this is the problem. This is now the late game. This is now the end game scenario where there are so few tanks on both teams, yet the match, or the map rather, is still very big. So you can't really take any chances because the game is at a knife's edge. And that is now roughly 18 minutes into the video and probably 20 minutes into the game. I have to hope for my team to secure C. I'm too slow to get to C. I'd love to, but I need a different tank. And also, who's protecting B? You see, the same problem is still there. I have no support. Now it could be that nobody is going for B any longer and that my team is not able to break through the enemy lines and get C. But I don't know this yet, and this is why this endgame is always so stressful. But why, when you succeed, it's so good, and when you lose, it's so bad. So now my team is actually decapping it. They're decapping C. That's great. And they're actually capping it, which is even greater. The question is if they actually can pull it off, and this is actually one of the last highlights of this video. Come on team, capture it, capture it. We have the points lead. And now the tickets are bleeding down. Good, good, good. Okay, some enemy is nearby, but there are multiple tanks overlooking C, right? Right? Smoke's going on. I observed this, but there is nothing that I can see. I would love to support my team with some long-range fire. So the tickets look like they're about to tick down. Time for some nice screenshots, by the way. Yeah, this tank has seen some action today. And now the enemy is decapping C again. Ah, that's right at the edge. Come on. Come on, team. Come on. What did you do? We're about to win. Come on. And we win because the time runs out. Oh, finally it's over. Finally. So I hope that you took a certain lesson from it. Namely, hold your ground, hold your position, hold B. And for that, we got a whopping 100k silver lines and 25,000 research points, as well as 2 glorious awards, the Survivor and the Heavy Metal Hero. And that was just one hell of a result. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that it was a bit dry, but therefore you had the beer. And thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the waves, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.